I'd like to discuss a hypothetical situation with you. On one side of the office, you got an office with a salesperson being an office or a cubicle, and you walk into that office in that cube, and it's very drab, very dreary. It's not invigorating. There's really not much going on, but it may be nice and neat. And then you walk onto the other side of the office, and you come up to a door that is plastered with goals and income and what he needs to make this week or for the month. You walk into the office, and there's all sorts of pictures that invigorate that salesperson. And my simple question to you is, given the two choices that I just gave you, which one do you think is probably hitting at the top pinnacle of sales performance? Yeah, I'll bet you picked the second person, as I did as well. And today what I wanted to talk to you about in just a very short few minutes is to utilizing visual impressions to help keep you in the game, keep you motivated, and keep you moving along on the track that you've set yourself forward. And today I wanted to share with you a gentleman by the name of Todd. He works for a company here in Dallas. He's at one of the highest levels of income-producing salespeople that I know across the United States, and he's very unique. He's very focused, he's very goal-driven, and he really knows what makes himself tick. And as I walk down the office of his, the hallway of his office building, and I approach his office on a daily basis, one of the first things that I see is that his door's closed. He's in there focused. He's not talking to the other salesperson. He's totally engaged to what he's doing. But on the outside of his door, in the company content and article, there's pictures of his office right there for you to look at. But on the outside of the door, he has where his production is. And he also has painted out kind of like the danger zone, those areas there. So he's got this really cool poster right on the front of his door. So he knows every day when he walks in where he has to be for that specific day. He also tracks those daily metrics of those areas, those key revenue producing activities, and he does that on a chart, and it's there in his office. But also when you walk into his office, you see pictures of his beautiful children, his two girls, his son, his wife, camping expeditions that the family has been on, and a lot of other things that makes Todd tick. Things that his kids did at school that they sent home for him and things like that. In addition to that, I wanted you to know that for about a year ago when I first met Todd, he told me that one of his major goals was to buy a new BMW 750, and sure enough, just recently that picture came down off the wall, and the reason why the picture went bye-bye is he bought his car. So visual impressions, whether you're in a cubicle or you're in a specific office somewhere, or you office out of the home, you've got to have these visual impressions going on. They're very, very powerful. Now, here in my office, as an example, I have the things here that make me flourish, and one of the things is my love for flying that was given to me by my mother many, many years ago. So right here in the background, I'll just turn the camera for you here, but you can see an actual poster of the cockpit in my airplane. And other things that you'll see in my office is, Dallas Mavericks memorabilia, because I'm kind of a Mavericks fan. But there's also pictures of Pilar and I and our family and our pets, our two cats, Elvis and Isabella. So, we keep those things around us because those things keep us in the hunt. So very, very powerful. In addition to this is why you might consider some of these things to have and utilize these visual effects. But number one, like I've already said, it helps you stay focused on the big picture. Number two, it's a constant reminder of why you work so hard that you should be doing in your industry. Number three, when you have an off day or you find yourself unmotivated, or you just, we all had those days where, we just don't want to work and we just show up. Well, if you have all those goal-oriented items around you visually, they'll help keep you in the game. Number four, you're surrounding yourself with positive thoughts and positive impressions of things that, like I said earlier, make you tick. And then number five, and this one is probably the biggest one, is that when people see your public declaration of the things that are important to you, the goals that you're going after, and the things that you want, in most cases, many people will become your accountability partners and help uplift you to those goals that you're pursuing. But I also need to warn you about this. There are also going to be some naysayers that go, oh, I've heard all that before, or I've been to that sales training and all those kind of things, and that stuff doesn't work. So you need to be aware that those naysayers are out there. Now in closing, I've got one last tip, and this is for sales managers. If you're a sales manager, if you're a director of sales, if you're vice president of sales, do this. Once a quarter, plan a special event at your office to rejuvenate the salespeople about doing something about their specific dreams. And I do this here in Dallas frequently. But you can have a car dealership show up with a couple cars. You can have a boat dealer show up with boats. You can have the jewelry guy show up with some Rolex watches. You can have the travel agent show up at your office and pitch different trips. Make your salespeople smell, touch, experience, explore whatever some of those dreams might be. We've actually had, when we've done these at some of the sales organizations here in Dallas, we've actually had 2 or 3 Hummers bought within a week. We've had a couple Chevys, Suburban, and a Tahoe, and a Corvette bought from the Chevy dealership. We had a BMW and a Mercedes bought once. So, don't limit it to just cars. You can do all sorts of other things, and it's something that most sales managers aren't doing with that out there. So a great tip for the sales managers. Now, as we bring this week's video to closing, I just wanted to share a couple things with you. But if you want more videos, you can go right here to my video blog website. That's www.getsalesresultsnow.com. There it is for you right there. And my sales training website that has all my sales tools, seminars, sales coaching, sales management consulting, that is all at chuckbauer.com right there, www.chuckbauer.com, and Bauer spelled just like Eddie. So with that, I hope these tips for this week have been invaluable. I hope you implement them, and I hope you put your office and get all that stuff that's going to give you that high level of energy and give you a sales edge and sales distinction above and beyond your competitors. So with that, Godspeed, good selling. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.